All right, welcome to the show, y'all. Hope everybody out there is having an awesome day. You're, of course, watching the Kyle Kulinski show on the Secular Talk YouTube channel. I say that because I just realized that I went years without even mentioning the name of the show. Don't know why I did that, but I did. So now I'm trying to bring that up every single time. Hope you guys are having a good one out there. Got a lot of stuff to get to. In just a second, we have officially the death of MAGA right in front of our eyes. It is wild when you look at the total collapse among super important portions of, their electorate. It is the people that got them across the finish line are now like, I'm gonzo, I'm out. So we'll talk about that. We also have Trump visibly declining in real time. In fact, the New York Times did an article that breaks down by the numbers just how much he's declined. So like, how many fewer public appearances he's doing, how much shorter his work day is. So there's a lot of stuff to get to on that. We'll talk about that. We'll also get to Nick Fuentes' own audience is now turning on him and he's crashing out on them. It's like he created a monster that now he can't control in the same way that Trump and MAGA created the monster of Fuentes that they can't control. It's literally just a race to the bottom right in front of our eyes. So we'll talk about that. We also have an amazing, amazing story that more people need to be talking about. We have a nanoparticle vaccine that basically stopped cancer dead in its tracks. A nanoparticle vaccine that basically cured cancer in rats. So we got to talk about that. And Bill Maher and Anna Kasparian go at each other's throats in an explosive debate on Israel. So there's a lot to say about that one. You guys know the drill. Everybody please do me a big favor and subscribe to the channel. That, of course, helps out big time and costs you nothing at all. You can also support the show on Patreon. Just $2 a month or $5 a month goes a very long way in supporting this show. You have to remember, guys, this is real independent media, not just online media. I've never talked to an advertiser, never talked to a billionaire, never done an ad read, never talked to a government, never talked to a PAC or anything like that. You guys have kept this show free and independent from day one. We're one of very few in this space that can say that and be spot on with it. So thank you very much if you have supported us on Patreon. If not, please consider it. You can also tip with that thanks button on YouTube. You can also support Crystal Kyle and Friends on Substack. You can sign up below for that. And like I always say, everybody go sub to the Corn's World YouTube channel where we do live Kyle and Corn episodes every Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Come hang out with us if you haven't. It's a lot of fun, man. You don't want to miss that. It's a lot more laid back than what I'm doing here. We're talking about serious shit here. We're talking about the world ending. Over there, we're talking about farts and nonsense. So come hang out with us over there. All right, without any further ado, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right in. So the numbers that I'm seeing when it comes to MAGA are absolutely positively catastrophic. I mean, I don't even have the vocabulary to adequately lay out just how much this movement has collapsed. So let's start with this right here. Cost of living, which is probably the single biggest issue that is currently tanking Trump. Trump is paying no mind to it whatsoever. He's explicitly making it worse on a daily basis with his stupid trade war. So here's Harry Enton, and he comes out and breaks this down for us. Let's take a look.
When it comes to the cost of living, what's the number one most expensive thing in their lives usually? Well, it's about housing, right? We had this entire discussion in New York City, the New York City mayoral campaign, right? The affordability, housing affordability. But it is not just in New York City where folks are concerned about affordable housing. It's nationwide. Look at this number. This one really shocked me because you rarely ever see drops like this. Good affordable housing, satisfied with access to it. Back in 2014, 69% of Americans were satisfied with access to good affordable housing. Look at 2019, dropped 59%. Look at where we were by the last metric out according to Gallup to just 36%. That is a drop of 33 points in a matter of a decade, a drop of nearly half in the percentage of Americans who are satisfied with their access to good, affordable housing.
That is insane. That's insane. And by the way, maybe we shouldn't have let private equity totally take over the housing market. Just a thought.
The cost of living, affordability, was what Donald Trump was able to ride the fears about that, ride that to the White House in 2024. I dare say, Jessica Dean, he has lost the plot. He has lost the plot when it comes to the discussion about the cost of living. And now he dismisses it. He dismisses it at his own peril. We saw in Virginia, we saw in New Jersey how economic concerns really drove those races. We saw it in New York City. And if Donald Trump wants to continue to claim that this is a quote unquote con job, well, his party will pay the price come the 2026 midterm elections.
So the affordability thing, Trump is now out there going, affordability's a hoax. It's a Democrat hoax. It's a scam. Apparently not, because you guys are getting your ass waxed at the polls because you clearly don't give a shit and are not trying to improve it. But we're just getting started, because then there's this. Gen Z, young voters, like, they were one of the main reasons why Trump ended up getting back in the White House. And, there was a time there where it was basically roughly even between Democrats and Republicans when it comes to young voters. Now, that alone is insane because normally, Democrats are supposed to have like a 30 or 40 or 50 point lead among young voters. So for Trump to basically make it even Stevens, that's a big deal, right? But guess what? As soon as he gained them, he immediately pissed them all away. Watch this. This is incredible.
Donald Trump put in the best performance for a Republican presidential candidate among young voters since George W. Bush did back in the early 2000s. And, he started off his term, his net approval rating among voters under the age of 30 at plus 10 points. Hey, that's pretty gosh darn good. But you come over now, according to CBS News YouGov, this isn't falling into the water. This isn't going under seas. This is going into a deep, dark, black hole.
That is literally a legendary collapse. From a plus 10 favorability rating to minus 46 in less than a year among 18 to 29-year-olds. That is astonishing, bro.
Look at that, minus 46 points. That is a shift on the net approval of 56 points in the wrong direction since February. My goodness gracious, I love looking at these swings, looking how the electorate changes. You rarely ever see swings.
We look at a lot of polls. We almost never see drops this big, this quickly.
Yeah.
Any sense of why? What issues may be driving it?
Gee, I wonder. Why has every young person on planet Earth turned on this guy and said, what the fuck? Well, for one thing, it was Biden who was trying to forgive a bunch of student loan debt. Trump just came in and said, fuck that. You're going to pay your student loans. And if anything, we're going to jack up the rates at the same time. So there's that. There's also the fact that he's kicking 17 million people off their Medicaid and doubling and tripling and quadrupling and sometimes more people's health insurance premiums by not extending the ACA subsidies. So there's that. There's inflation going up, there's unemployment going up, there's hiding the Epstein files, there's endless warmongering happening, bombing Iran, bombing Venezuelan fishing boats. So, young people pay attention. The corruption. You think people are not aware of all the corruption that he's doing right in front of our eyes? Yes, and like every reason in the world. What about if you live in one of these cities that Trump just took the Red State National Guard and invaded blue cities, trying to start a soft civil war? You're not going to like that. You're not going to like that if you're a young person going to work and you see somebody fucking decked out in military gear holding an automatic weapon. You're going to be like, what the fuck is this?
We've been talking about it. You were talking about it last segment with Mr. Matt Egan. It's the economy, stupid. Just take a look here. Age 18 to 29 on Trump and the economy. Back in October of 2024, who did those under the age of 30 trust? Harris or Trump? It was Trump by 10 points according to the Marquette University Law School poll. Look at where his net approval rating is now on the economy. Minus 52 points, very similar to what we saw in the CBS News YouGov poll in terms of his overall drop in support on the net approval rating, and this minus 52, it's just stunning. It's just stunning. John is here with me. John, who, of course, ran a political campaign eons ago, is someone who studied political science eons ago. I don't want to make you seem that old, but he's looked at these polls as long as I have, and he's just as stunned as I am because the bottom line is you rarely ever see shifts like this.
So, young people, gone. Minority gains that they made, gone. So let me give you some more. How about this one? This is a poll from JL Partners on the generic ballot for the midterms. 58% support Democrats. Only 20% of independents support Republicans. 20%! You are supposed to be winning independents to have a chance in the election. 20%. That is absolutely, positively catastrophic. But it actually gets even worse. It gets even worse because when Crystal showed me this one, and I was like, oh my God, I have got to share this with my audience because this is like good night to the whole right-wing movement in this country. How about this? Here's a comparison of where Democrats gain in 2025 versus in 2016 and 2018. These two could not be more different. So in 2018, when Democrats did well in the midterms, it was basically a hold your ground with minorities election, but surging among college-educated whites. In 2025, it is now the exact opposite. So Democrats aren't gaining with college-educated white voters because they've already pretty much tapped out among college-educated white voters. They're crushing Republicans in that demographic. But now, it's all the other voters that are surging to Democrats. So do you understand that? In 2018, the big midterms was, hey, Democrats surge with college-educated whites. Now it's, they're surging with minority communities like crazy and people who didn't go to college. So what does an election look like if you already have all of the college-educated whites, but now you're also gaining everybody else? It's called a cataclysmic defeat for the Republicans. It's called apocalyptic. It's called electoral Armageddon is what we're looking at here. So just absolutely, I'm telling you, man, I don't see them course correcting either. This is the problem with being a right-wing postmodernist movement. If you're postmodern, what that means is you don't care about the truth, you care about your truth. You care about the narrative truth that you can make up and that you can believe in your own head. And when you do that, you have disconnected from reality in a way where you could go very, very far astray. And this is a great example of it, because if you're not acknowledging, well, holy shit, unemployment's going up, inflation's going up, they're literally hiding a lot of the economic numbers, knowing how horrible they are, like, what do you think's going to happen? Of course, people are going to fucking abandon you at 1,000 miles an hour. That's obviously going to happen. And then, by the way, we should also note, this is literally the holiday season. This is the time of year where people do the most shopping for the holidays. And in this moment, you still have 1.1 million people being laid off. You have UPS laying people off. Like, how bad is it going to get immediately after Christmas is over? I don't think people are ready for it. I don't think they're ready for it. I don't think they understand. I mean, the whole economy is just gambling and scams and OnlyFans now. That's what it is. Like, there's no way around it. That's what it is. You got the fucking sports gambling and 1,000 scandals around that. Like I said, you have OnlyFans. You have the White House being insanely corrupt and just scamming people. People are scamming scammers. We've gone so far down the scam rabbit hole. You have scammers scamming scammers, right? That's where we're at. And I don't foresee it getting better. We've had 9 straight months of a contraction when it comes to manufacturing. I think that's only going to get worse. I think the prices are only going to continue to go up because of the trade war. I think unemployment's going to continue to skyrocket. The AI broligarchs are open about the fact they want to steal everybody's job using AI. And even if that doesn't come to fruition and they overpromise, that bubble's going to burst. We're going to have a depression anyway. The economy is like one big bet on artificial intelligence mixed with scams, gambling, and OnlyFans. That's it. That's all there is. And so, yeah, it turns out people are like, holy shit, everything sucks. Nobody can make enough money to survive. People are using Klarna at an explosive rate, the buy now, pay later. People are financing their fucking groceries. They're taking out microloans for their fucking groceries, right? Of course, these numbers were going to collapse, and it's only going to fucking get worse. It's only going to get worse. And he acts like everything's fine. I'll just lie to people. There's only so far your bravado and your charisma and your bullshit can take you, right? There's in certain ways he can sort of lie to people and get away with it. Like, he basically got away with lying about the Gaza peace deal. But in other ways, the lying doesn't work because people have firsthand experience, like with the economy. It doesn't matter how much you say, inflation's coming down, everything's great. People go, really? It doesn't fucking feel great. It doesn't feel great. So there's only so much you can get away with. And like I said, it is catching up. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.